Right.
And was coming back off of that when I started having all kinds of symptoms with my head, balls of light in front of each eyeball, pounding headaches every night, projectile vomiting. I'd lose my hearing when I had these headaches. So I go see the team docs, these guys were clowns.
Yeah.
And they tell me it's high blood pressure. So I'm on high blood pressure pills for 2.5 weeks when my brain's hemorrhaging.
Man.
And finally, the last night, I have focal point paralysis. My arm curls up with my fist up underneath my chin.
Yeah.
I'm losing my hearing, my eyesight. My head's pounding. I'm rooming with two guys in the team, Terry Totolo and Scott Stouch.
Okay.
And we had played Chicago that day, and I hadn't played because I was on injury reserve with my knee surgery. And and they kept checking on me all night. Man, just let's take you to the hospital. Yeah, I'm good. It's high blood pressure. I'm eating these high blood pressure pills. And 2 minutes later, they're rolling around the bottom of the bowl, puking. And so finally, about 4:30 in the morning, I don't know what time it was. Man, I'm laying there. I'm losing my eyesight. I'm losing my hearing. My head's ready to explode. And then my arm does this it's known as focal point paralysis. I found it out first. It curls up under my chin, and I grab my arm. I'm laying in bed thinking, man, that's a weird cramp. But when I grabbed this arm, I couldn't feel it.
Yeah.
And so I pulled it out, and whenever I'd let go, it would just curl back up and do one of these. So now I'm laying in bed. I'm praying. I'm thinking, okay, God, I'm dying. Don't let me die like this. So I'm thinking, okay, if Terry or Scott comes in to check on me, I'll let them take me to the hospital. But I'm not going to be a pussy and go wake them up. I mean, that's the mentality.
That's that mentality in it.
Yeah. And so I finally pass out. I don't know what time it was, 5 or whatever. And so the days after games, we go in the locker room, I don't know, 8 o'clock or whatever, And so I get up in the morning. I could move my hand, but I could barely lift a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And so we go in, and all the injured players, you get treatment on your injuries. Anyone that got dinged in the game gets treatment. The docs are in the locker room. There's a couple light meetings, break a sweat, and you're out of there. And now I'm pissed because I know these freaking idiot doctors, they're telling me it's high blood pressure. And I'm 22 years old. I know it's not high blood pressure. So I wait till Dr. Bailing, our orthopedic surgeon, whose nickname was Dr. D for Dr. Doom. And this was before 3 of my teammates from that season successfully won malpractice suits against him. This is before he ever even lost a suit.
Yeah.
He already had a reputation for just.
Yeah, I'm curious of when you actually found out that was a concussion.
Well, they never told me it was a concussion. This day, they never told me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have amnesia for a week and a half. You don't remember playing the following week. I mean.
Yeah.
So anyway, I go on. I wait till he saw everybody that got dinged during the game. He had a little office in the locker room. And I walk in. He looks at me and says, "What now?" And I says, "You SOB." I said, "Don't tell me it's high blood pressure. My arm went paralyzed last night." And he rolls his eyes. He tells me to sit on the table. He grabs a little retinoscope, those little flashlights to look in your eye with, And this is how my book starts. This is the first sentence.
Okay.
He looks in my eye, and here's the first sentence. "Oh, my God, your brain's hemorrhaging." I jump off the table, ready to kill him. He's going, no, wait. And I'm going off on him.
Yeah.
He starts scrambling. He grabs a phone. He's calling a couple numbers. He scribbles a number on a piece of paper, hands it to me. And this is where my story turns into a comedy. He hands me a piece of paper. He says, "Here, go home, lay down, and drive yourself down to Stanford Hospital and see this neurologist this afternoon."
Dang.
So my first thought was, oh, man, it must be one of those mild brain hemorrhages where he would have called an ambulance.
No,
So
God.
I look back on it now.
Yeah.
It was giving them time to regroup and go, okay, we screwed up on Visca. So I go back to my apartment that I share with Terry Totolo and Scott Stouch. And both of those guys, they cut while I'm in intensive care with my brain surgery. Okay. They disappeared.
Yeah.
The only ones on the team to know what was going on. So I go back, lay down, and my symptoms would be I'd wake up in the morning with a pounding headache. It would get worse and worse. And by the afternoon, I'd start puking my guts out. And I told the docs, when I puke, I said, I could hit the ball from like 20 yards away and chip porcelain. Well, that's known as projectile vomiting. That's a classic sign of intracranial pressure. Okay.
Yeah.
So I go back, lay down, That afternoon, I drive through Bay Area traffic to Stanford Hospital to see this neurologist. He takes one look at me. They want to do a CT brain scan.
Yeah.
I said, hey, doc, they couldn't get me in for like an hour or so. I said, and Stanford was about, I don't know, 30 minutes from where I was living.
And you was driving yourself?
Oh, yeah, in Bay Area.
Wow, this is crazy, man.
Isn't it? So it gets crazy.
Yeah.
Believe me, this is just the beginning of 38
Yeah.
years of crazy. Okay. So he goes, he couldn't get me in for another hour and a half. And I said, hey, doc, I'm getting close to my puking time. I'll come back. And he says, you drove here? I said, yeah.